Hello everyone, my name is Riyaman and I'm your computer teacher. So students, first of all, let me tell you that this is your computer book, right? And there will be no fair notebook for computer, okay? We will do all the work in book only. Understood? So students, today we will recapitulate the topics which we have done this week, okay? As you already know that we have started chapter number 1, history of computers. So before starting this chapter, let us recapitulate some basics of computer. Now tell me, what do you mean by computer? What is computer? Computer is an electronic device and it helps us to do calculation and other tasks, right? And what are the uses of computer? As you already know that we use computer in our daily life. Now let's see how computer helpful for us in our daily life.
Clico, our teacher told us that we can do most of our work on a computer. Can you tell me some of the uses of a computer?
Sure, Rennie. A computer can be helpful to you in so many different ways. Let me tell you about some of them. I'm sure you know by now that we can play video games, watch movies, or listen to music on a computer.
Yes, Clico.
Beside these activities, we can type, store letters and paragraphs on a computer.
Why do we need to store things in a computer, Clico?
We store names, addresses, and telephone numbers in the address book of the computer so that we do not forget them. Do you know, Rennie, that a computer has a built-in dictionary in it? It helps us to increase our word power. It also helps us to check our spellings and grammar.
That's great, Clico.
We can also draw colorful pictures on a computer using Microsoft Paint. With a computer, calculation is so much easier. We can calculate sums within a few seconds on a computer.
Wow! A computer can be very useful to us then.
Sure, Rennie.
Clico, our teacher also told us that nowadays computers are used in many places. I only know that we have computers in our school.
Yes, Rennie. Beside your school, computers are used in many places nowadays.
Can you tell me about some of the places where computers are used?
As you have said that you have seen computers being used in your school, do you know where they are used in your school?
Our teacher uses the computer to make learning materials and also to teach.
You are right, Rennie. Beside that, teachers also use a computer to make a timetable, prepare report cards, or setting question papers. Students use computers for getting information on different topics. Computers are also used in school libraries to keep track and records of books.
Yes, I have seen our librarian using a computer. Where else is computer used besides schools, Clico?
Computers are used in hotels for making bills. In shops, computers are used for keeping records of stock and sale of different items.
My dad told me that computers are also used in hospitals. Is it true, Clico?
Yes, Rennie. Computers are used in many ways in the hospital. Computers help in diagnosing patients' disease, making bills and keeping records of patients and medicine. It also helps doctors in the operation theatre. Computers are used in railway stations for booking tickets and getting information about arrival and departure of trains. Computers are used in airports for booking tickets, keeping records of flights, and maintaining security. Computers also help aeroplanes to take off and land. In banks, computers are used to maintain the accounts and records of transactions done by customers. Have you seen an ATM, Rennie?
Aren't those the machines from where mom takes out money?
Yes, Rennie. An ATM is also a computer. ATM stands for Automatic Teller Machine. Computers are also used in offices to maintain the record of salaries, employees and accounts. Computers are used by weather departments to forecast weather. Film production companies use computers to make animation and special effects in their films. Scientists use computers for doing minute calculations in researches. Robots are also made using computers. Computers are used by book publishing and designing companies for printing and designing books, newspapers and magazines. Computers are also used at home to do homework or to calculate monthly expenses.
Last week, mom said she purchased a mobile phone by using the computer. How is that possible, Kliko?
Yes, it is possible by using the internet on the computer. You can visit the site of a store and order anything from the store through the computer. The store will deliver the item at your home. It is called online shopping.
Gosh,
Understood. Now students, have you ever wondered how did people calculate numbers in ancient time? Ancient people use their fingers, stones, sticks, or marks. Okay, they use these kind of things to calculate or to count something. Okay, because at that time there was no computer. Okay, so now let's explore the history of computer right from the start. Okay, so first we will discuss about abacus and calculating rods.
Kliko, the computer has become such a basic necessity nowadays. I wonder what life would have been without computers.
Yes, Rennie, it has become almost a basic necessity in our daily life. But there was a time when there was no computers.
I know. It is a modern invention. Can you tell me how it all began?
Well, it is a long story. The term computer is derived from the word compute, which means to calculate. Computers are versatile calculating machines that can handle different tasks at the same time. To know about the history of computers, we have to go back to the days when people used the abacus to calculate complex sums.
The abacus? Do you mean the abacus that we have used during our kindergarten days?
Yes, Rennie, the instrument that you use to calculate sums during the first day at school. The abacus is probably the first counting device. It was invented about 5,000 years ago in China.
Tell me more about the abacus.
The abacus was the first mechanical device for calculation which could also perform arithmetical calculations. Do you remember what an abacus looked like, Rennie?
Yes, it is made of a wooden frame with rods, each having beads.
That's right. Counting on the abacus can be done by sliding these beads across the rods. The rods are divided into two parts. The upper part was known as heaven and the lower part was known as earth.
Pierce bones. As necessity demanded, scientists started inventing better calculating devices. In this process, John Napier of Scotland invented a calculating device in the year 1617 called the Napier's bones. In the device, Napiers used the bone rods for the purpose of counting, where some number is printed on these rods. Using these rods, one can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division easily.
Understood, everyone? Now your homework is you have to read chapter number 1, History of Computer. Now write your name, class and section in comment section, and yes, don't forget to like and subscribe.